The streets are saying they want a foundation routine. Streets are saying they want me to do something detailed. Streets are saying they're trying to figure out how to get this work, honey. So let's get into it. Hello, my darlings. Today we're doing the long-awaited updated, because I've done a first one and I've done an updated. So this is updated take. Oh no, this is updated take 3 of my foundation routine. I'm not even going to talk too much, you guys already know what it is. Detailed tools, tips, tricks. If you're new here, hi, my name is Uche. I do makeup videos mainly. Click and subscribe if you're not new. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. Let's all level up our base. Let's go. Okay, so my hair is a tad messy. And by tad, obviously I mean a lot, but let's not mind that. Let's just jump straight into today's video. I've already done a quick skin prep. So my favorite pre-makeup, also, Devil is working overtime because what in the hell? Anyways, just ignore that. I do have the nail. I did glue it on and it pinged back off again. So that's just my, no. I've spoken about this product before. This is Glossier Future Dew. It is an oil and serum hybrid. It's so good. Like, you see the glow? I said little. This is a serious glow. The glow on my skin right now is partly, should I say mostly, due to this. This is so good. This is the last step of my skincare / the first step of my makeup. Absolutely love this. Have been raving about it for some time now. If you are new and you've never seen a complexion portion of one of my videos, or I just don't think I've talked about it in a minute actually, you might have missed that, but it's so good. I really cannot rave about that product enough. That is one of my favorite products from Glossier. Let's move on to primer. So if you don't know, I'm extra. I'm like super extra in basically everything I do, and priming is not exempt from that. So I like to do a 2-step priming process. This is not necessary. However, a lot of people have purchased the setting spray of my recommendation and absolutely love it. And I think the same is to be said about the primer. So if you have both, then of course you can do this. They actually also do a travel size version, which I'm looking at, but I'm not gonna go up and get. If you just wanna try it and you don't wanna commit to getting the full size product, or both actually, they do travel size versions of both. So if you want to try that and go that way and see how you like it and then decide which one you like more, then of course you can. But what I do is this is a Fenty soft matte primer. This is absolutely sensational and I really do mean it. I do 3 pumps of that, and I have done my makeup before. I'm very generous with this. I have tried to do like my complexion with different primers, and honestly, these two, Charlotte Tilbury and Fenty, by far, hands down, the best combo. Then I follow with my Charlotte Tilbury. Now you can do that in any order, by the way. You don't have to do the primer first and then the spray. You can do the spray and then the primer, or the primer and then the spray. I like to leave the primer just to sit in, settle, soak into my skin, really lay down that foundation for a couple of minutes. If you've got time, leave it in for like 5-10 minutes. If you don't have time, maybe do it a little bit earlier, and then if you need to like pick out your outfit or you need to do finishing touches somewhere else, do that while the primer's sitting in, and then jump into the makeup. Now we're about to do foundation. I think I'm gonna mix 2 foundations today, both from Nars. Big shock. Nars complexion products live rent-free in my head. It's actually a little bit disgusting. Right, so I'm gonna use these 2 foundations from Nars. So I'm using Natural Longwear. I'm gonna stop using this hand because that's got the broken nail, and it's off-brand for my nails to be broken like that. Okay, Nars Natural Longwear Radiant. Absolutely love this. Actually not a radiant foundation at all, actually more of like a healthy matte. And then we've got the soft matte foundation, which is like a matte. Someone asked me if you could use this on dry skin, and it's gonna be a no. A big no, because this is matte. Absolutely not for dry skin. Not even if you did a hydrating prep. They are foundations that are way more suited to dry skin than this. Don't force it. Don't do it. Foundation. This is my favorite part. With foundation, I like to use a dense brush. See how nice and dense and juicy that is? Oh yes. And then we just pack, like tap. I should really wipe the lip balm off my lips. Anyway, so we just tap, tap, tap. And that is how I do it. By doing that, you maintain the coverage. I've still got that nice, beautiful coverage. Oh, I should have done my brows. Uh-oh. Oh well. You get that nice, beautiful coverage, and the product stays where you need it to stay. Mixing these 2 together, I've done it like maybe twice now, because this is super matte, and you know me, like I love a matte foundation, but sometimes just like a little bit of health. And then you've got the Future Dew by Glossier also pushing through. If you don't want the super matte look, then you can do that too. Typically, I wouldn't put foundation on my forehead. But typically I'd also start by doing my brows first. So I'm doing a lot of things in a weird order today, but I'm just hoping at the end it still looks just as glorious as it normally does. This brush for foundation, there is nothing better than it. I've tried several complexion tools, brushes, sponges, weird contraptions, and just nothing comes close to this. And this is 100% hit rate. Every single complexion product I use this with, it slaps. But I'm conflicted because I feel like Morphe are still very much in like the no-go zone. So this is from Morphe. It's the M439. If you've been around for long enough, you know I always talk about this. They were just doing a whole load of shenanigans, man. They were just doing bare stuff that I don't want to get into any of that kind of discussion right now, because we're trying to do positive vibes, we're trying to do a nice base, but it's like, nah, what? You're not going to get away with that. That foundation brush, if anyone has a dupe, this will be a good time to drop it. Concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers. I don't know that I have like a favorite. The JEWELLERY Essential High Coverage. I was about to call it Soft Matte Complete. It's not called Soft Matte Complete. JEWELLERY Essential High Coverage is also banging. However, I ran out of that, so can't use that right now. I might actually scrape a little bit out just because I feel like it needs to make some kind of appearance in today's video. Whatever year they brought this out in, was like a strong year of concealers. A lot of people brought out concealers that year, and this still came out on top. So this is the placement I like to do. I use the shade Butterscotch. I love this concealer. I feel like a lot of people have this concealer, so it's a good one. If you don't have that and you want a new concealer, this JEWELLERY Essential High Coverage, I use the shade Rich Ginger, is also banging. Nothing's coming out. Anything that is coming out is probably contamination from where I've used it with other concealers. I know it is. We can force it. So with concealers, here's the key, for me anyway. The key is to let it dry down. And I've said this so many times, I'm going to say it again. When you let your concealer dry down, if you can, it does two things. It does two things for me anyway. It increases the coverage. One of the things actually lends into the other. It increases the coverage because it moves less. So because it's moved less, it's kind of dried down a little bit, so you're getting a bit more coverage. Easier to work with. Because it's dried down, it doesn't move. Obviously, concealers are very liquidy, so they tend to move around a lot. And if you're not someone that has full control of the under eye, it can get a bit messy. So by letting it dry down a bit, you also have a bit more control over how it blends, which I will show you when we come to that. We're going to segue into contour. I love contouring a lot. These are the typical placements that I use for contouring. This one is probably my favorite, the upper lip. My favorite. Same on the other side, connect it. I don't think many people do this, but I like to, just because I like the way it looks. I like to connect my contour to my lip, contour on the lip as well, connect it all, connect it on the chin as well, and then the jaw, just to snatch everything up. Okay, now with the contour, I place it on the cheekbone, see right there, so that when I blend down, it falls into the hollow. There is no point putting it in the hollow, because when you blend down, you allow a little margin for movement. And if it moves down a little bit, then you've got it just below your hollow, and then you're gonna have to do operation cleanup. So if you put it on your cheekbone, it saves you doing too much operation cleanup, and in most cases you might not even have to. If you're extra like me, maybe you want to. What do I want to blend out first? Let's blend out the contour. So I always get so many questions about my red handle brushes. They are from Smashbox. They are the blurring range from Smashbox, and they are iconic. My Look Fantastic code is still active, and you can save 20% on these brushes. So you can save yourself a little bit of coin. They are flipping fabulous, let me tell you that. Same dabbing movement to hold the placement. Always allow a little margin for it dipping down a little bit, but ultimately you want it to kind of stay where you've put it. See that fuchsia G? Can you see that? Like, wow. Forehead, I like to blend it back into my hairline. That's how I like to do that bit, and it just blends like an absolute dream. And then same thing here, just really dab it on the spot. Oh, your ears I want to show, make sure you're blending it back into your ears as well. I like to do circular for this one, just to make sure it's actually really blended in. There is going to be discrepancy, but don't mind that. Don't worry about that. And then on here as well. I absolutely love this little guy right here. This is the shade and diffuse from Bare Minerals. Oh, this is bad boy. And I like to tap. It's got like multi-fiber hairs. I don't know, but whatever is in it, it does its job. Just look at my lip, so plump. Obsessed. Anyways, this is wonderful, and I just like to tap. See how it's not really moving too much? It's literally just moving exactly where I'm moving it to. And that's what I mean about the control. About letting it dry down so you really have that control over where it's going. And then when I get to the inside, I wipe off the excess from my brush. So once again, I really have control over that. If I don't wipe off the excess, you just get all this extra product moving around. That's not really what we want. See that? And then jump back into that brush just to make sure it's nice and seamless. And if you feel like, I don't feel like this is very blended, I feel like it's too harsh, take the brush that you use for foundation and blend between. If you feel like, oh, this is a bit harsh, the key, go back and forth as many times. Do not be afraid to like go back and forth, mix and blend, make sure that things are actually blended out the way you want them to be. Like look, from there to there, there to there. Like look, it's just so pretty. And then the same thing down here as well. And that is the base at the minute. And honestly, sometimes it's just a lot of back and forth between brushes and sponges. I do like the last kind of pass over I do to be a sponge, so it can pick up any like excess products. And the nose contour, I do that because this part of my face is generally quite flat, so I just use it to bring out that part of my face, not necessarily to like contour my nose, just to bring some structure to the center of my face, otherwise it tends to get lost. These tools are essential, amazing tools, all very essential. Moving on now to set the under eye. Damp sponge. I like using a damp sponge because, I mean, just look at it, flawless every time, it just sinks into the skin. Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in banana bread? Banging. I use it to set the high points, obviously, like under my eyes, on my chin. Sometimes I'll just use it to take away some of the shine from the contour, because I'm going to powder contour anyways. Powder contouring with Benefit Hoola bronzer. You can use any bronzer you like. And I like to sweep it on using a Smith. I think this is a 118, it's rubbed off, but a Charlotte Tilbury bronzer on the other side. See the difference? While I'm here, I'm just going to add a little bit of definition in there. This bit you can defo skip. This inside the nose bit you can skip. I just do this because I don't know, it's like kind of my thing. I just love it. Right, I'm gonna pop some blush on while I'm here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Pillow Talk Intense. Love this. Apply this using the Real Techniques 400 brush. So nice. Just prep my eyelids with the Too Faced concealer, same Too Faced concealer, and I set it with the same banana bread from Huda. This is why I do the concealer under my brows, because it actually just makes the world of difference. Because my face was looking a bit weird before I did that and I couldn't figure out why. Okay, so popping into Soft Glam, just going to take this shade right here, Burnt Orange. This is going to be a very, very simple, am I going to take Burnt? No, I'm going to take Sienna. This is going to be a very, very simple, just matte look. This eyeshadow, just on the outside corner, more of like just a sweep really. Just so the eyes aren't bare. This is like my go-to, just sweep on a colour, focus it on the outside. Oh, I put a bit too much on this side, it's alright. Focus it on the outside and then diffuse it towards the inside and up towards the brow bone. Drag it so it connects with that nose thing that I did earlier. I switched to orange soda because it's lighter bring some brightness inside the eye. Honestly, so simple. Sorry, I haven't actually looked at you guys the whole time I've been doing this. I'm so sorry. This is so simple. Really pretty two-step eyeshadow look that makes it look like, I don't know, you did the business but you didn't. So I just took Sienna, which is this like earthy tone gorgeousness, and then I followed with orange soda just to add some brightness to that inside. Feeling a little bit cheeky, feel like I might have done a lot off camera. Oh my god, I hate the way like product builds up. Oh, feeling like I might have done a lot off camera, my bad. So mascara, I'm wearing the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes mascara today, and then lashes I'm wearing Fluff, yeah, from Velour, which I haven't worn another brand of eyelashes since I released my own lash collection, but that's on a hard pause at the moment, so I'm gonna wear these. Let's finish off with a lip combo. I think I'm gonna keep it matte today. The whole face is pretty much matte, so why not extend that to the lips? I'm gonna start with Cork. This lip combo I use pretty much all the time. This is Huda Beauty Board Meeting. You guys are probably sick of seeing you use this. I know. It's just so good. Oh, that's a little bit stunning. Right, let's finish off with trusty old setting spray. I feel like that barely touched my face. Am I bugging? Okay, there we go, because it was feeling like that wasn't really touching my face. Okay, so this is a finished look for you, my darlings. I feel like, I don't know what it is, but my base doesn't look as nice today as it normally does. I'm not obsessed with the face today, and I'm not sure why. I did do things a little bit differently. So funny at the start that I was like, oh, I'm doing things differently, but you know, hopefully it just all comes out looking the same, which it has not, which is unfortunate. So I probably will have to run this again. Which is so annoying. I don't know. I can't pinpoint what exactly it is, but something is just not making me happy about today's look, which is such a shame. I probably will have to film this again, but I'm still going to put this up because I love the eyes. I love this monochromatic eye vibe. Don't think I've done a fully matte look in a super long time, so maybe I'll do something similar, but for like my oily girls. No, for my matte girl, something a little bit more hydrating, because this is very matte. So if you're an oily person, this might really work for you, or it might not, because sometimes when you over matte, it makes you produce more oil. The more I use this, the more my opinion has changed of this, I think. I think this is what might be throwing me off. I don't know. Anyway, this is the finished look for you guys. Let me know what you think below. Hopefully the important bits were detailed enough for you guys. Fingers crossed. If not, let me know, and I'm be more than happy to film it again, because as I said, I'm not even like bells and whistles over the moon with this look anyway. Thank you so much for watching, my loves. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.